My beloved child, it's about you. Yes, you. Because today your name entered a conversation you were never supposed to hear, and what happened next sent a wave of emotion through someone's heart that they could no longer control, because your person talked about you today, not casually, not for attention, not because someone forced them to, but because your energy has been sitting inside their chest louder than their own thoughts, and even though they tried to stay calm, even though they acted distant, even though they pretended they had moved on, something happened today that cracked open the truth they have been hiding for far too long. And listen carefully, because the shocking thing was not just that they mentioned you. The shocking thing was how deeply emotional they became while doing it, because someone around them noticed the change in their voice the moment your name came up. Someone saw the way their eyes shifted, the way their breathing slowed, the way silence suddenly filled the space before they answered the question they were asked, and that question was simple, but powerful. Do you still think about them? And for a few seconds your person could not even respond because the truth hit them harder than expected, because secretly they think about you more than anyone realizes, more than even they admit to themselves, and today their mask slipped for the first time in a long while, because your connection has become impossible to hide, impossible to bury, impossible to replace. And the people around them are beginning to notice that something about you still affects them deeply, and erase the truth. Your person has tried many times to convince themselves that this connection was fading, but every time they hear your name, every time someone reminds them of you, every time a memory unexpectedly returns, their heart reacts instantly before their mind can stop it. And today was one of those moments they could not control, because during a normal conversation someone suddenly brought you up, and at first your person tried to act unaffected, they tried to smile it off, they tried to sound casual, but the energy shifted too quickly, and another person in that room noticed it immediately, because when someone truly loves another soul, their emotions betray them no matter how hard they try to hide, and your person's emotions betrayed them today in the most unexpected way, because after hearing your name they became unusually quiet, almost emotional, almost nervous, and then someone asked another question. If they came back right now, what would you do? And your person froze inside because they were not prepared for that question. They were not prepared to face how much love still lives within them for you, and secretly their heart answered before their mouth did, because deep down they know they would never reject you if destiny brought you back together. They know the connection still burns inside them. They know there is unfinished energy between you both that refuses to disappear no matter how much time passes. And listen. This shocked the people around them because your person is usually careful, usually guarded, usually emotionally controlled, but today their emotions cracked open in front of others, and one person even laughed softly and said, "You still love them, don't you?" And suddenly your person could not deny it anymore, because your energy has become too powerful to suppress, too present to ignore, too unforgettable to erase, and erase what nobody tells you. When someone speaks about you with emotion when you are not even there, that reveals the deepest kind of truth, because there is nothing to gain in that moment, no performance, no manipulation, no pressure, just pure feeling escaping naturally from the soul, and your person revealed more than they intended today, because once they started talking about you, they could not stop. Memories started flooding back into their mind. The small details they thought they forgot suddenly became vivid. Again, your smile, your voice, your energy, your presence, your kindness, your mysterious effect on their emotions, and they began speaking about moments with you that they usually keep hidden deep inside themselves. And someone listening closely realized immediately that your person is still emotionally attached to you in a very serious way, because people do not speak about someone like that unless the connection still matters deeply. And then something even more shocking happened. Another person asked them why they never fought harder for you, and that question hit your person straight in the heart because secretly they regret many things. They regret the silence, the distance, the pride, the misunderstandings, the moments they failed to express what they truly felt, and today for the first time they admitted that losing you affected them far more than anyone knows. And the room became quiet because nobody expected such honesty from them, nobody expected them to suddenly become vulnerable, but your energy pulled the truth out of them. Because your soul still has access to emotions inside them that nobody else can reach, and listen carefully because this matters. Your person has been carrying emotional tension for a long time, pretending everything is fine while secretly feeling your absence in ways they cannot explain, and today that emotional pressure exploded unexpectedly through conversation. Because sometimes all it takes is hearing your name for hidden feelings to rise to the surface, and your person realized today that they are nowhere near as over you as they claim to be. And this realization shocked even them, because they truly believed they had gained emotional control, but your energy broke through every wall they built. And now they cannot stop replaying that conversation in their head because after it ended they realized something terrifying. They still care deeply about what happens to you, they still wonder if you think about them too, they still imagine reconnecting with you someday, and secretly they fear someone else may receive the love they were too afraid to fully claim, and that fear is growing stronger now. Because today's conversation awakened emotions they had pushed down for too long, and after everyone left, your person sat alone thinking about you much longer than they expected, because once your soul enters their mind, it lingers there heavily, emotionally, spiritually, and deeply, and erases the truth they are beginning to understand. Nobody else has ever affected them the way you do, nobody else enters their thoughts with this much emotional intensity, nobody else leaves this kind of lasting imprint on their heart, and even though they try to distract themselves with life, responsibilities, conversations, routines, and other people, your energy always returns stronger, because this connection is not ordinary attraction. This is soul-level attachment, the kind that follows a person silently no matter how far they run from it, and today they stopped running for a moment and accidentally revealed the truth to others around them, and those people noticed immediately that your person's feelings are far from dead, because love that is truly real cannot fully hide itself, it leaks through the eyes, the voice, the pauses, the memories, the emotional reactions. And today your person leaked truth everywhere without even realizing it, and listen. Someone even told them directly that they should reach out to you. Someone said, "Why are you pretending you don't care when it's obvious you still do?" And those words shook your person deeply because secretly they know it's true. They know they have been acting stronger than they really feel. They know their silence has become a prison they no longer enjoy living inside. And now thoughts of you are becoming louder again, stronger again, heavier again, because your connection refuses to disappear quietly. And the shocking thing is that today's conversation changed something inside your person emotionally, because before today they were still trying to convince themselves that time would erase this connection, but now they are realizing time has only made their feelings clearer, more mature, more undeniable, and more emotionally intense, and tonight your person is thinking about everything differently because of what was said, because the people around them accidentally forced them to confront feelings they had been avoiding for too long, and your soul was at the center of it all, because your energy carries emotional truth they cannot escape, and erase what you need to understand. When someone talks about you emotionally while you are absent, that means your spirit is still living strongly inside their world, because true emotional bonds do not require physical presence to remain powerful, and your person felt your energy all over them today during that conversation, especially when someone mentioned how different they seem whenever your name comes up, and your person could not even argue with it because deep down they know it's true, you affect them differently, you always have, and no matter how much time passes, that effect has never fully faded, and listen carefully. There was one moment during that conversation that changed everything emotionally for your person, because someone suddenly asked, "Do you think they were the one?" And your person went completely silent, not because they did not know the answer, but because the answer scared them, because deep down they have wondered the same thing many times alone at night. They have questioned whether they let go of someone they were spiritually meant to keep, and today hearing another person ask that question out loud shook them deeply, because it forced them to face the possibility that what they felt for you was not temporary at all, but something rare, sacred, and life-changing. And ever since that conversation ended, your person has been emotionally restless, replaying memories, imagining different outcomes, wondering what would happen if they reached out to you again, wondering whether destiny still has unfinished plans for both of you, and secretly they are beginning to feel that this connection may not be over, because their emotions today were too strong to ignore, too real to dismiss, too honest to fake, and the truth is finally becoming impossible for them to avoid. They still love you in ways they never fully admitted before, and today other people saw that truth written all over them, because when your name entered the room, your person's soul reacted before their mind could hide it. And now even they are shocked by how powerful their feelings still are, because no matter how much distance exists between you both, your energy continues reaching them exactly when they least expect it. And tonight your person is lying there thinking about your connection with a completely different heart than before, because today forced them to admit something they have been hiding for a very long time. Losing you never stopped hurting them, forgetting you never truly happened, and loving you may have never ended at all. And listen carefully now, because what happened after that conversation became even more intense than anyone expected, because your person tried to continue their day normally after speaking about you. They tried to return to their routine, act casual, distract themselves with other conversations and responsibilities, but your energy stayed attached to them like an echo they could not silence, and every word they had spoken about you kept replaying in their mind again and again until they started realizing just how much emotional truth they accidentally revealed, because for so long they had convinced themselves that keeping quiet meant they were healing. But today exposed the reality that silence is not healing when the feelings still burn underneath. And secretly your person became overwhelmed after everyone left, because they could still hear those shocking questions repeating inside their head. Do you still love them? Would you take them back? Were they the one? And no matter how hard they tried to avoid the answers, their heart responded immediately every single time, and the truth frightened them because they realized the connection never actually disappeared, it only became hidden beneath pride, fear, distance, and emotional confusion. But today your soul pulled all those feelings back to the surface stronger than ever before, and erased what nobody around them fully understood. After that conversation ended, your person went completely silent for a long time because memories of you started flooding their emotions uncontrollably, not just the big moments, but the smallest details too, the way you once looked at them, the comfort of your energy, the feeling of being emotionally understood by you in a way nobody else has managed to do since. And suddenly they felt the weight of your absence more heavily than they have in a very long time, because when someone truly touches another soul deeply, no amount of distraction can permanently erase that impact, and tonight your person is realizing that every attempt to move forward without fully confronting their feelings has only made the emotions stronger underneath. And listen. Something else shocking happened later that day, because your person checked something connected to you, maybe your social media, maybe an old message, maybe a memory hidden in their phone, maybe just your name somewhere unexpectedly appearing again, but whatever it was, it completely destabilized the emotional control they were trying so hard to maintain. Because seeing even a small reminder of you after that intense conversation felt like destiny itself was forcing them to confront the truth. They keep avoiding, and secretly their chest tightened with emotion. Because your presence still affects them instantly, still changes their mood instantly, still awakens longing they cannot logically explain, and erase the truth your person is beginning to understand. They have met many people, spoken to many people, distracted themselves many times, but nobody creates the same emotional reaction inside them that you do, nobody leaves them thinking this deeply afterward, nobody lingers in their energy the way you continue to do naturally without even trying. And tonight they are finally admitting to themselves that this connection has never felt ordinary. Because ordinary connections do not survive distance like this, ordinary feelings do not return this powerfully after silence, ordinary people do not continue haunting someone's heart long after separation, and your person is becoming emotionally overwhelmed by the realization that what they feel for you may actually be something rare and impossible to replace. And listen carefully because this part matters deeply. During that conversation earlier, someone made one final comment before leaving, and those words stayed trapped inside your person's mind for the rest of the day, because that person quietly said, "I think you miss them more than you admit," and your person laughed nervously at the time, pretending it was not serious, pretending it did not affect them. But deep inside those words struck directly at the truth they have been hiding from themselves, because yes, they miss you more than they admit, more than they show, more than they allow anyone else to see. And tonight that truth is becoming impossible for them to deny anymore, because your absence has created an emotional emptiness nobody else has been able to fill, and secretly your person has compared others to you without meaning to, compared conversations, compared energy, compared emotional connection, compared the feeling of being understood, and every comparison quietly brought them back to you again, because your soul left a permanent mark on them that no temporary distraction can erase, and now the emotional walls they built are starting to crack badly, because today awakened too much inside them all at once, and the shocking thing is that your person is no longer only thinking about the past now. They are beginning to think about the future too, wondering if there is still a path back to you somehow, wondering if destiny separated you only temporarily, wondering whether the universe is preparing another chance for both of you at the right time. And these thoughts are becoming stronger because today forced them to confront how unfinished this connection still feels emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, and listen. Your person also feels regret tonight, very deep regret, because while thinking about everything that was said earlier, they started realizing how many emotions they never properly expressed to you, how many opportunities they let fear destroy, how many moments they stayed silent instead of vulnerable. And now those regrets are becoming emotionally heavy because they know you deserved more honesty than they gave. You deserved clearer love than they expressed, and they are starting to understand that pushing their feelings down only created more pain for both of you. And tonight there is a strong emotional battle happening inside them because one part of them wants to continue hiding behind distance while another part desperately wants to break the silence and reconnect with you before it becomes too late. And this inner conflict is exhausting them emotionally because your energy keeps pulling them toward truth no matter how much they resist, and erase the shocking thing they still cannot explain. Even after all this time, imagining you with someone else still hurts them deeply, still creates jealousy inside them, still awakens fear inside their chest, because their heart still sees you as emotionally important, still feels protective over your connection, still reacts as if losing you completely would break something inside them permanently. And today's conversation intensified all those hidden emotions until they became impossible to suppress. And listen carefully because your person is starting to realize something life-changing now. They may have spent too much time pretending not to care while their soul never stopped loving you underneath, and that realization is terrifying them because it means they have been emotionally dishonest not only with others, but with themselves too. And tonight, while everyone else sleeps, your person is thinking about you with a level of emotional honesty they have avoided for a very long time. Because today shattered the illusion they were trying to maintain, and now your name feels alive inside their heart again, stronger than before, louder than before, more emotionally powerful than before, and secretly they are beginning to wonder if you somehow felt this emotional shift too, because soul connections often move energetically before physical communication ever happens. And your person can feel your energy around them strongly tonight, almost as if your spirit entered their thoughts intentionally to remind them that this connection still exists, still matters, and still has unfinished emotions attached to it. And listen. They are also realizing that no matter how hard they tried to appear emotionally detached, other people already saw through it today. Because real love cannot fully disguise itself forever, eventually it reveals itself through emotion, through memory, through vulnerability, through longing, and your person revealed all of that unintentionally the moment your name entered the conversation. And now the people around them are beginning to understand just how serious their feelings for you truly are. Because nobody reacts that emotionally over someone who no longer matters, and tonight your person feels exposed emotionally, almost vulnerable, because the truth escaped publicly in ways they did not expect, but secretly part of them also feels relieved because hiding these emotions has been exhausting for them, pretending not to care has drained them, acting emotionally unaffected has become painful. And today, for the first time in a long while, they allowed themselves to feel the truth instead of suppressing it, and the truth is simple but powerful. They still love you deeply, they still feel connected to you spiritually, and they still carry hope somewhere inside themselves that this story is not completely over yet. And here's what is shocking most of all. Your person now fears that destiny may give you to someone else if they wait too long to act, and this fear is growing stronger because today reminded them how emotionally valuable you truly are, and suddenly they are seeing your worth more clearly than before, seeing your importance more clearly than before, seeing your impact on their life more clearly than before, and now their heart is becoming restless because they understand something very important. People do not accidentally keep returning to someone in their thoughts unless the soul connection is still alive, and your person's soul keeps returning to you no matter how far they try to run from it. And tonight, while they sit alone with their thoughts, one truth keeps echoing louder than everything else. No matter what happened between you both, no matter how much time passed, no matter how much silence existed, nobody has ever truly replaced you in their heart, and after everything said today, your person is finally beginning to accept the shocking reality that loving you may have changed them forever.